Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this lovely 2013 Infiniti G37X all-wheel drive that we have for sale. These G37s are great performance luxury sedan bargains on the pre-owned market. If you're looking for a nice, reliable luxury sedan that's priced under $15,000 or priced under $20,000, the G37 is a great place to start. We don't get too many of these. Our best source of pre-owned vehicles is usually off-lease ones, but most off-lease ones are coming off 3-year leases. This is a 2013. So our next best source would be ones coming in on trade, which this one did. We actually had a mailer go out where we were offering Infiniti owners above KBB trade-in value if they wanted to trade in their pre-owned Infiniti for a new Infiniti or a pre-owned Infiniti. This one came in on trade for a brand new Infiniti, and it has very low miles, 51,097 miles. Pretty low mileage for 2013. Most people average 10, 12, 15,000 miles a year. So a lot of these 2013 G37s are going to have 80,000 and above miles. This one has been serviced and checked by our Infiniti certified techs. The brakes are good, the tires are good. It's been reconditioned and now it's ready for a new home. Moonroof, leather interior, power and heated front seats, 7-speed automatic transmission with adaptive shift control. Adaptive shift control momentarily holds the current gear for better acceleration out of a turn, corner, or when accelerating up a hill. You also have a manual shift mode. You pull the shifter back and to the left, you push up to upshift, back to downshift, and it will give you rev match downshifts and manual shift mode for a sportier sound and feel. Dual zone auto climate control, Infiniti analog clock, navigation package, rear parking camera, automatic dimming mirror with universal garage door opener, power adjustable steering wheel that tilts and telescopes, and the whole steering column moves up and down to the steering wheel. It's something that Infiniti offered for a little while, but they ended up dropping this feature on newer Infinitis. I think it's just too expensive to manufacture. You know, and the reason why they have the whole gauge cluster tilting up and down versus just the steering wheel is so that the steering wheel will never obstruct the gauges. I'm 6'2", so sometimes I can be a little bit, you know, out of the normal adjustment for cars, and there's been quite a many times where I've had the steering wheel adjusted, but it was obstructing the gauges. The steering wheel was obstructing it, so I really appreciate that feature, and I have that on my Infiniti, and I definitely enjoy that. If you're in the market for a compact sport luxury sedan with all-wheel drive traction, the G37 is a great place to start. These things are very reliable. They're made in Japan, and they're also very fun to drive, being built on the same platform as a Nissan Z. And having a powerful V6 that makes almost 330 horsepower. Very fun to drive. And they're built on a balanced rear-wheel drive platform. I'm 6'2". I had that front seat adjusted for my height, and even though it's compact, still a decent amount of legroom back here. A lot of the competition, I'd be very uncomfortable back here, but you know, you have to understand this is a compact vehicle, so you're not going to have a ton of interior space in the back, but the Q50 is pretty generous, and also the rear doors open fairly wide as well, making entry and exit very easily. You can see it's almost a 90-degree angle towards the seats, where some doors only open that way, making it a little bit harder for people to get in and out of. Very fun to drive. It has intelligent all-wheel drive, one of the most advanced all-wheel drive systems in 2013, and they still use this all-wheel drive system on brand new 2021 Infinitis. This all-wheel drive system originally came from the Nissan Skyline GTR. It was a version from the early 90s or late 80s. The Nissan Skyline GTR is a high-performance, made in Japan, mostly sold in Japan, performance vehicle. They never brought the GTR over until the 2000s, which is a lot different than the GTR that this all-wheel drive system was based off of. But they've been making this all-wheel drive system for a very long time. We first saw this all-wheel drive system arrive in Infiniti products in the early 2000s. We first saw it in the FX series and on the 2004 G35 sedan. And it uses an electromagnetic differential, so it sends electrical current to that differential to activate the all-wheel drive system. So we know electricity can travel very fast, so that means the all-wheel drive system activates pretty much as fast as electricity travels. able to send up to 50% of the vehicle's power to the front wheels in a matter of milliseconds, almost instantly, when those rear wheels start to slip. So you get the feel of a rear-wheel drive sports car, but then that all-wheel drive system will kick in when those rear wheels slip. So you have amazing wet weather performance, and that all-wheel drive system can help pull you out of corners, so you can get in the power a little bit earlier on this all-wheel drive Infiniti versus a rear-wheel drive one. And that all-wheel drive system will help pull you out of that last part of the corner. And of course, if you're going to drive in the snow, you're going to do a lot better with all-wheel drive versus rear-wheel drive. Handling is also very good on the G37. Some car magazines and older reviews, they've equated the handling on the G series to almost Porsche-like. And the Q50 is actually largely based on the G37 platform. It actually ended up replacing the G37, but from 2014 to 2015 on the Q50s, they're pretty much mechanically identical to the G37. The suspension, the engine, the transmission are very, very similar to what you find on the Q50. So maybe if you're considering the Q50, it's just a little bit out of your price range. Well, the G37 is very similar. We have this dual intake VQ37 engine. These engines are amazing. I've been with Infiniti 16 years. I've seen these engines go 200, 300,000 miles. My 2005 G35 has a variation of this engine. Mine only has 80,000, but it still runs great. A couple weekends ago, we took in a few G sedans with over 200,000 miles. One was a little rough, but one was actually running pretty good. So don't take my word for it. Look at forums, look at articles about this engine. It's one of the best V6s around, and 328 horsepower is a lot of power for a little car like this. So with all-wheel drive, this is your little point and shoot all-weather performance machine. It's built in Japan, so you have excellent build quality and durability. This is one of our more reliable Infiniti products. So if you're in the market for a nice all-wheel drive compact sport luxury sedan, this is definitely one to consider. Thanks for watching this video, and we hope to see you soon.